Did you know that where you live might be limiting how much you can charge for your paint jobs? Today we're going to look at how your local market shapes your pricing and how the internet might be your way out. Welcome back to our pricing series where we are discussing what it takes to quote a custom paint job while we work on a 2018 Harley-Davidson Street Glide. In episode 1, we kicked the project off by prepping the fairing and discussing what we were going to cover in our pricing series. In episode 2, we painted the fairing and we talked about what factors go into quoting custom paint jobs. In episode 3, we were discussing how your skill level affects what you can charge for a custom paint job while we worked on the front fender and the gas tank. In episode 4, we broke down design complexity and how that drives costs while working on the bags and lids. So today in episode 5, we're going to be working on the side panels and an aftermarket tank console. And while we're doing that, we're going to talk about market demand and how going outside your local market can increase your pricing dramatically. All right, so today we've got the side covers and this aftermarket tank console. This console is a little different than stock. It changes the flow of the bike, so we've got to make sure the design ties everything together with what we've already done on the tank and the fairing. Every painter starts local. Friends, word of mouth, small shop. Pricing is tied to what your local market expects to pay. Different regions, bike scenes, and income levels affect pricing. You could be doing high-end work in a low-paying market. It's where things get frustrating. Customers say you're too expensive, so you lower your prices. You work more for less. Your growth gets capped. You could find yourself overworked and your work undervalued. One way to expand beyond your local market is through social media and an online exposure. National visibility attracts better fit customers. There's both pros and cons to getting a national customer base. One of the biggest benefits is you start attracting higher value clients. People start seeking you out for your work instead of your price. You start attracting customers who want your style, quality, and brand, not just a cheap paint job. There are definitely downsides to having online clients as well. Shipping logistics and risk, trust, and reputation matter more. Communication expectations are much higher, and content creation becomes essential. This can become a full-time job in itself. But if you consistently show your work, have a signature style, present your parts professionally, and have the confidence to stand behind your pricing, you're going to attract the kind of customers that are going to pay you what you're worth. So here we are in the home stretch. All of the parts have been painted. We've got our design laid out. Everything's been clear coated, and we wet sanded and buffed everything. The only thing left now is assembling the bike. In this series, we've covered the aspects of quoting a custom paint job. We went over the impact of the painter's skill level on the pricing. We also went over how design complexity can change the pricing dramatically. And today we covered market stagnation and how to use social media and the internet to break out of that. So you may be wondering what the final breakdown for the cost of this paint job was. For this section, I had 39.47 hours into this. A lot of that was the wet sanding and buffing of all the parts and applying the clear coat. That equals $3,157.26 for labor costs. Materials I used was $386.89. I did use a premium clear on these parts because I want them to last. So it was a little more expensive than if you used a mid-tier clear. That brings our total hours into this project up to 92 hours, and at a labor rate of $80 an hour, which is very conservative. We're at $7,360.46. Total materials for this project was $784.57. That brings us to a grand total of $8,849.84 for this project. So for under $10,000, we went from a concept drawing to a test panel to get our colors right and figure out what color scheme we wanted to go with. I even did a mailbox to go along with the bike just to test out my skills at doing scallops and the crystal pattern inside the scallops. We ended up with some beautiful parts. I can't wait to get these parts back on the bike. As of the filming of this video, we are going to be doing that this weekend. The video for that will probably be out in about 2 weeks after this video drops. So if you haven't already, hit that like button, hit the subscribe button, hit that bell icon for notifications of future videos. I hope you guys are enjoying the content. I love to see your comments in the comment section. And till next time, cheers.